did everybody, thank you. Is everybody getting texts from me? Please ask people who are on your team or on sidelines, do you get a text from Susie every Monday? Because I want to make sure that everybody's in the loop, and I don't always remember to add new people, or I'm finding it was a download from my system. So if they were listed under their home number, that means I'm texting their home number, but there's no way for me to know if it's going through or not. So I do like to keep everybody up on what's going on. But today, a lot of what comes through team meetings are my conversations that I have throughout the week. And sometimes you guys are boxing me, sometimes we're doing coaching, and they're topics that come up. And something that was coming up this time kind of went right along with this book that I recently bought by Matt Morris. I've seen Matt Morris already before. He's somebody who has started in network marketing. He's gone into 3 different companies and always become at the very top of each company. And so now he trains on, okay, there's a method to this. How do you always become a 7-figure earner, no matter what company they drop him in? He does that. And so I think it's fascinating to read these kind of books and learn from the best of the best, right? Because this is our industry. This is what we're doing. But when I was chatting with a few of all of our wonderful family this week, there seems to be kind of this underlying tone like, oh my gosh, I love my Juice Plus. I'm so thankful for my Juice Plus. Oh, I'm so thankful for my paycheck. I just can't get myself moving, or I'm just not doing this, but I don't know why, because I love my Juice Plus and I know it's really good. Has anybody ever felt like that? Appreciate the honesty. Thanks for sharing. So one of the first chapters in this book, he sends a video to go along, like author's notes on it. So I'm just going to let his little video speak for itself. It's not very long. I would suggest, if you don't have a pen and paper, that you might want to get a piece of paper. There are some things in here, some nuggets that you might want to write down, and then we'll talk about it when we're done watching his short little presentation. Sound good? All right, here we go. Somebody give me a thumbs up. You see Matt Morris? He's just thanking in the beginning for buying the book. That's why I'm starting a few seconds in.
Thank you for purchasing the book. I don't think people are appreciated enough when they're spending their hard-earned money. And I know that you spent your money on the book. I don't take it lightly. It means the world to me. And so this video here, I'm not selling you anything. This is purely me over delivering and going above and beyond. And what I'm going to do here over the next few days is I'm going to film some videos here for you, just giving you kind of the author's insight to the book. Now, I have bought a ton of books over the years. I mean, you can look at my shelves here and you'll see, I mean, you go in my living room and there's books. I've got where you're supposed to have like china cabinets. It's all books, right? They're everywhere. And I've never, in the 1,000+ books that I've read, I've never once had an author actually send me videos chapter by chapter, giving me his insights or her insights into the book. And so that's what I'm going to do for you, is kind of give you my insights and you know, why I think these are important. And as I go through the book here, I reread my own stuff here. And as I read through, there's a lot of very simple concepts. And in the business world, simple is what really works. In fact, in network marketing specifically, simple works and simple duplicates. And so the principles in here are the same principles that you probably need to be training your organization on. You can have them obviously pick up a book, but I want you to rise as a leader as well. And so you can obviously train them as well. And so I'm going to go into chapter 1. Now I am about to head off. I fly out at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning for a vacation, Sanibel in Florida. So I'm about to head out, but talking about chapter 1 here. Chapter 1 is all about the key to winning. Okay, the key to winning, and I got this from Art Williams. Art Williams built a company called A.L. Williams, the largest privately held term life insurance company in the world at the time. It's now Primerica, and it's still going strong. And, you know, amazing leader in the profession of network marketing. And what he talks about in his book is the key to winning. He said the key to winning is desire, okay? And the key to desire is dreams. This is something that Dexter Yeager talks about, another one of the biggest most iconic figures in the history of network marketing was Dexter Yeager, who, obviously built the majority of the Amway organization. And one of his titles was Never Let Anyone Steal Your Dreams. And so, what I've found in 24 years of doing this is the people who win, and I've interviewed so many millionaires. I've had over $50 million earners just on my teams. And what I notice with all the $1 million earners, what is key and a common characteristic is they have a massive level of desire. And very simply said, if you want to win, you're more likely to win. If you don't want to win really badly, if you don't have that burning fire inside your gut, you're not going to win at a high level. And let's be honest, in our business, you're going to have to experience a lot of rejection. You're going to have people quit on you. It's not easy. Okay. If it were easy, there'd be no opportunity. Okay. So I'm grateful for the fact that it's a challenge. You're going to have to get good, right? And if you're going to have to get good at something worth getting good at. If it weren't a challenge, network marketing company owners would have no incentive to pay their distributors a fortune for building a large customer organization. So let's be grateful for the challenge. And what's going to get us through the challenges are our dreams. And I will tell you this right now. I've had a lot of people over the years who've said, you know what, I just don't feel like I have this natural burning desire like other people have. And if you feel that way, well, guess what? A lot of $1 million earners felt the same way as well. And what I will tell you, and you may want to write this down, circle it, highlight it, underline it, you have to be disciplined in creating your desire. You have to be disciplined in creating your desire. It's a job, okay? So one of the things I realized, I have to be disciplined with creating my desire. And so I have a personal manifesto, Matt Morris Manifesto. And I just recently updated this, but one of the missions for my manifesto is bringing out my desire. And so I've got the Matt Morris identity. This is, how I see myself. I've got the cover of Forbes. I've got my kids, me on stage, a jet, a dream home on a lake, guy at the top of a mountain, a yacht, 4,000 acre ranch in East Texas, some philanthropy on a volunteerism trip that I did. And so I'm seeing this when I read my manifesto. I have my manifesto written out. And so this is basically my future written in the present, because I want to bring my future into the present, because that brings out an additional level of desire. I also just went through my yearly goal setting process. Now, I go through goal setting every single month, and I review them every single week, if not every single day. But I go through and I have 13 pages of goals, 13 pages of goals in all different areas: relationship goals, family goals, my personal development, personal growth goals. That's why I spend tens of thousands of dollars. This year, I've spent over $50,000 just on my own education, because I understand if you empty your wallet into your mind will fill up your wallet. I've got my financial goals, my investment goals, fun goals, travel goals, health and fitness goals. I've got all these goals. Why does every leader in network marketing talk about the importance of goal setting? Why do we talk about identifying a why? The reason why we talk about identifying a why is because it increases motivation. And the more you increase motivation, the more you increase activity. So if you want your organization to have a lot of activity, you need to increase their motivation. How do you do that? You have them set goals. You have them identify their why. And so I want to give you some tangible things that you can use in order for you to grow a successful network marketing organization if you're involved in network marketing. That's primarily my audience. And so you want to do this specifically. The people in your organization, your leaders, you want to identify what their dreams are. If you know what their dreams are, you know they've identified their dreams. Okay. If you don't know their dreams, you don't know that they've identified their dreams. So you want to know what they are. Okay. You want to identify their why. When you identify their why, what happens? Their motivation goes up, their activity goes up, and then they in turn carry that on to their organization. So everything duplicates. You have a massive dream, figure out what your organization dreams are, and guess what? You're going to have a lot of very motivated people. Now, here's another reason why you want to have massive dreams and you want to share them with your organization, because big dreamers inspire others to dream big dreams. And dreams are the fuel that fire desire, and desire is the key to winning. And so one of the things that I do all the time, and I do this a lot from stage, is I talk about my dreams. Now, I've been blessed to travel to 80 plus countries around the world. I've had exotic cars and Ferraris and multiple homes and all that kind of stuff. But I always have to elevate my dream to the next level, because you're either growing or you are dying. We don't stay at the same level. So in order for me to get to the next level, I got to make sure I have a dream that's larger than where I am right now to motivate myself to go to the next level. And so I will talk about my dream of having a 150-foot yacht. And I'm going to take the top leaders in my organization, and we're going to be sailing around the world together, cruising the Mediterranean. I'm going to have a big oversized hot tub that'll hold like 15, 20 people instead of the normal, 5 or 6. No, 15, 20 people. And we're going to be popping bottles of champagne as we're cruising at night, looking at the stars and looking at the moon. And we're going to have a helicopter landing pad that'll take us from the yacht over to land. We're going to have private chefs and massage therapists on the yacht. So they're cooking for us. They're giving us massages. We're going to have a speedboat that pulls into the back of the yacht so we can cruise around whenever we want. We can go water skiing. We're going to have jet skis. They'll be on these lifts. They come out and they drop down, and so we can jet ski around. We're going to have a big trampoline, and so we can bounce around, jumping in the water. And then I'm going to have a people launcher on the yacht. Now, I've never seen this before, but it's basically these two, two poles, and it's kind of like this thing that comes back like bungee cords, it pulls back like a slingshot. You have like a little slingshot. It's going to be a people slingshot. And so you pull it back, you get in a little harness, and then there's going to be a little lever. When you pull the lever, it launches the person out into the ocean. And so we're going to have a people launcher. So, man, you want to hit the top level in the company just so you can ride on the yacht with us. So that's an example of me sharing my dream. Now, when I share that, what happens? Other people's dream goes way up. Other people are like, oh my God, I want to be on the yacht with you. So it has made me money, lots and lots of money, lots of added production in my organization by simply sharing a big dream. And so listen, my friend, if you want to have an insane level of desire, harness this power by having a lot of dreams. Tony Robbins says there's no such thing as unmotivated people. There's just people with impotent dreams. I think it's John Maxwell says it a little more eloquently. He says, if you don't want much, you won't do much. If you want much, you're more likely to do much. And so my homework for you is this, is go to your computer or write it out in a journal and write out 100 things. 100 bucket list items. This is your dream list, at least a minimum of 100. And here's what's sad. A lot of people have difficulty coming up with 100 things. It should not be difficult for you to come up with 100 things that you want for your life. And so I'll give you some hints here to make it easier. What do you want to have? Okay, maybe, I don't know, a Breitling watch. Maybe you want, it's like $1 million ring in your company. You know, what are the things that you want? Maybe you want a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, a dream home, whatever. Those are okay. It's okay to have material things. What you'll realize is material things have little meaning. I bought my Ferrari. It was kind of like an empty calorie goal. I thought I wanted one for so bad for so long, and I got it, and it was cool, but it didn't like fill me up. I didn't get significance from having a Ferrari. So what else motivates you aside from what you have? What are the things that you want to do? See, at this point in my life, I'm way more motivated to do things, to go on adventures. You know, climbing Mount Kilimanjaro for me was way more exciting than owning a Ferrari. Okay. So what do you want to do? List the things that you want to do in your lifetime. What are the things that you want to see? Maybe you want to see all 7 wonders of the world. I've seen a bunch of them. I mean, just imagine standing in front of Christ the Redeemer. Imagine standing in front of the Great Pyramids, riding camels around the Great Pyramids. I'll give you a hint. You can do a camel ride around. They will not run. Tip them $50 or $100 and they will run. So what are the things that you want to do? What are the things that you want to see? Okay, I took my mom to Machu Picchu for her 60th birthday. It was crazy. That was way more meaningful than any watch, Ferrari, or anything like that. So what do you want to see? Who do you want to be? Okay, who do you want to be? Maybe you want to be a best-selling author. Maybe you want to be a $1 million earner. Maybe you want to be a top leader. You want to be an influence for others. You want to be a coach. You want to be a trainer, whatever it is. What are the things that you want to be? What are the things that you want to learn? Maybe you want to learn a foreign language. Maybe you want to learn how to dance, whatever it is. What are all the things that you want to learn? And then what do you want to give? How do you want to give back? How do you want to serve others? What's an impact that you can make? And I will tell you, you will be way more successful if you'll have this list and if you'll look at it regularly. To this day, I still have about 300 goals, 300 bucket list items. I've checked off over 100. I have 300 more. I have lots of goals and dreams. And so it motivates me to go out and do a lot. And so listen, thank you for watching the video. Again, thank you for purchasing the book. I'll be back. Maybe I'll come to you from the beach on vacation, and I'll send you the videos for chapters 2 through 7. Thank you so much. Well, let's go make life an adventure. Take care. Hello, my friend.
Okay. So go ahead and unmute yourselves. Did you find that helpful? Tell me where you're at with that. I'm getting some weird background noise. There, it stopped. Hey, Joanne, I see you joined in too.
Well, I will say something. I joined in toward the end, but I do like, that's interesting. He says that I have over 300 goals. And I'm like, I still have like, you know, I have over 100 still to do, you know, bucket list on my list. And I kind of keep looking at that periodically going, okay, what do I need to do to get that done or get that accomplished? And so, you know, it does motivate me. So looking at that list does re-energize me.
Cool. Well, and it just made me realize as your leader, you know, I want to know at least all of my front line. I don't know anybody's goals anymore. We used to talk about that, and we don't talk about that anymore. So just know that I'll be finding out your goals, and then hopefully your sponsor or your leader will be finding out your goals as well. So definitely share those. Just being able to share them, it helps put them towards motion. Who else has something to share about Matt's video?
Well, I like that he made it let me start over. I like that he was intentional about saying it's more than just material things. Sometimes I think my mind goes to that, but then, right, you drill all the way down into the physical, your physical body maybe, or your relationships, and what impact do you want to have, and who do I want to be, and what do I want to learn, and how I want to give back. So those were all really good, like, things to get, trigger more thought towards what I really want.
That's one reason I like this guy. Like, there's another gal that I follow, and she's like way out there, and everything is talking about, I don't know, whatever the big brand of, say, handbags or something like that. That doesn't motivate me. I wear my same little travel purse that I've had for 6 years. So, if that's you and that totally motivates you to have a fancy handbag, then that would be exciting of what she's talking about. But and she talks about all the cars and stuff too. That isn't as motivating to me. But yeah, how I can give back and experiences I can have, that's huge to me. And I have, like he's talking about, I keep thinking I want to have rental properties, like really big, fantastic rental properties on the beach and in the mountains. And I even talked to my accountant about this, and she said, and then, because I can only stay at them, I think she said 2 weeks a year, unless I'm doing business. So if I brought everybody in, that would be cool. But wouldn't it be even more cool if that could be an award, for people that I could just pay for that you wouldn't even have to pay, that we would just all come in. And that's a huge goal to me. And then, well, he blew my mind. I didn't think about helicopters and everything. I have to reassess my goals, but I thought, wow, how cool, because I even look back, I was texting Lori and Jen Hester and Dar, because this crazy picture that we were in Indianapolis years ago keeps coming up on my phone constantly out of all my thousands of pictures. And it's the 4 of us. And it's just a silly kind of picture. But I looked at that and I think, oh my gosh, we've had so many amazing experiences at conferences. And that's what I want to create for my team. That's it. Us sitting on the lion. But it's exciting to me. And when I looked at this, I was like, oh my gosh, what kind of experiences could we, create and really do? And then I want to have that with my family too. I think it'll be really amazing. Who else got something out of that video that maybe you feel stuck and you say, oh my gosh, I lost track of my dreams?
I don't think that I feel stuck or anything, but I think that when he talked about it, he said that those are the things that'll get us through the challenges. Because a lot of people can't take rejection very well. I do it every day because it's easy for me of being in making cold calls and being in retail forever. It's like, I don't care if you say no, it's up to you. But a lot of people, it kind of, paralyzes them. But it helps you push yourself through the challenges because you put that dream back in your face and on to the next one, on to the next one.
Absolutely.
Well, this was such a timely recording for me, because I was just telling Darren the other day that I've kind of lost my passion, and I'm normally like big dreamer. I dream really big. I don't dream quite as big as this guy, but I dream pretty big, always have. And I have just really stopped dreaming, and I couldn't figure out why I was having difficulty getting motivated every day, and just really lacking the oomph. Well, I quit dreaming. Duh. I know that if I'm not dreaming, I don't have any, that motivation. So this was perfect for me to really sit down and review some of my past goals and throw in some of the new goals. And so this was exciting for me. Thank you.
Super. I love it. It is exciting to dream. I like how they said, because our dreams are what fuel desire. And if we don't have that burning desire, that's when we get stuck, like, well, I guess, everything's good enough. I'll just kind of stay in my little box. And
and that's exactly what happened to me. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
So
I think piggybacking off of that, when he said, never let anyone steal your dreams, I think kind of ties into this, because sometimes I think we get discouraged, or I do. I get discouraged by something someone says or something that I see on the internet. I wish we could do this business without the internet and still have a way to be so in touch with people. I know it's not realistic in this day and age, but sometimes it is easy to get discouraged. So I like that he said, do not let anyone steal your dream. Never let anyone steal your dreams, because then that kind of puts us in that box that you referenced, Jake.
Yep. I've done that too, John Marie.
And I think it does go back to that Maxwell quote that he said, if you don't want much, you won't do much. And so I think it's easy to say, well, I don't really want much. And then it's easy not to do much, which I have to put a plug in then for our July challenge, because this is pretty cool. I'm trying to make it as simple as possible, whether you're old or whether you're new into the business. The verbiage is out there, the resources are out there. And I'm just saying, pick 10 people a day. If you even do it 10 after 12 days, do you know that you will have reached out to 100 different people during that time? That's some pretty exciting follow-up. And yeah, it's like Lisa said, you're going to have a lot of people blow you off and ghost you and say no and everything, but some are going to say yes. And that's what we're going to focus on towards our dreams. We're not here to drag anybody along, but we got to put ourselves out there. We have to do it. And sometimes it's just I remember when I go to the gym, one of the quotes there was, the hardest part of working out is just getting to the gym. That usually once you're there, you're not just going to stand against the wall, right? You're going to do something. And I feel like if we can just get to reaching out to people, and we will have, if you are able to stay on today from the next hour after this, then we'll do a texting blitz that I've already posted the verbiage and everything. But if you want to stay on and just kind of have the energy of everybody and then hop on when you're done, we will be doing that at 11 Central, 12 noon every single day this week. So you'll just go in and to Team Ignite, pull up the verbiage for the day, tweak it however you want, and just go to town. I mean, seriously, you guys, it doesn't even take an hour. If you just pick your 10 people and then you do it, you might personalize it slightly. You're going to be done in what, less than 30 minutes, maybe less than 15 minutes, depending how good you are with the computer. So we don't have to, this business doesn't have to be hard. It's not hard. We're making it hard in our heads. And then when people write you back, just share from your heart. Don't get all tripped up on your words and thinking, oh, I don't have to have all the right answers and tell them about all the phytonutrients. No, you don't. You share your story and how it makes sense to you. Does it make sense to them? And letting them know, why don't you just give it a try? You know, why don't you just give it a try? You're not locked in for the rest of your life. Let's just give it a try and put them in the customer group. By the way, we are over 700 people in the customer group. You guys are doing a great job. It's not a customer group. It's customers and people who are curious. Let's not call them prospects. It's for people who are curious. It's for the curious and for the customers, okay? But one thing I need from you people, ladies, is I'm posting videos. I just posted yesterday one about the family health study. And I don't want you to put a full story or a whole paragraph about what happened to your child or a child you know. Just put something on there. And then you might even want to tag somebody that's in the group. Or if you have a customer that's already said things are happening, say, hey, I know you have a story about, you know, your child too. Do you want to tag it here? Because then we're going to move that to the announcements. I already have one Juice Plus video under the announcements, but I'm going to end up training you on what we learned on this, of how we put people in a group, tag them on a few of these videos. And that way they're getting their third-party validation, and they boom, 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 boom. They already see all these people. And I know I heard about this group from Michaela Peterson for this little spray thing. And I went in, I just got added to the group, tagged on the video, I watched the video and just, I mean, it was like clockwork. And what did I do? I immediately read a bunch of stuff that people put in the group and I bought the product. It was so simple. I never even I've never even been contacted by the person that I bought it from. And I'm not suggesting that, but let's work this like clockwork. We're going to change these systems up. We're going to make them more simple. This is what we're learning in this year-long class that several of us are in. So, but it only works if we all work together. If Susie just posts a video and then nobody comments, there's no goodness in that. There's nothing to read. There's nothing to inspire people. So it takes you doing it. And then as you're doing your customer care and somebody is telling you what's going on with their child, say, oh my gosh, let me tag you on this video. I'd love for you to share. Would you be open to sharing that? It could really help another family that's looking at Juice Plus. Does that make sense?
If I could add, I saw that and I started to type about when we were at Chick-fil-A one day, and Hugo always, when he was little, chicken nugget, sweet tea fries, chicken nugget, sweet tea fries. That was his thing. And then, and I think you know this, one day about 3 months after we started taking Juice Plus, we were in line at Chick-fil-A and I heard a little voice from the back seat say, Mama, can I get the fruit cup today? And I was like, what? I said, don't you want French fries? And he said, no, I think I'll have the fruit cup today. And he was, how old was he? 6 years old, maybe? And that was when it hit me that this was doing something. And I started to type that yesterday. And because I knew third-party validation, and then something distracted me and I didn't have time to finish it. So I never commented. So I would also add to your request for us to participate that if you think of something and you're ready to participate, just do it. Just don't put it aside. Don't let yourself get distracted, because here I am now saying, oh, I know exactly what Susie's talking about because I was typing on that. I was actually typing it and I let myself get distracted. So if you see something and you can add to it, even if it's a little sentence, I just encourage you to do it right then and there.
Really good feedback. How many of us do that where we mean to comment and then we just don't see that go through? So please do that, because the challenge that I have today is having people look at the family health study again. And then as you're talking to them, you can even say, hey, by the way, we have a group, a healthy living community, I'd love to add you to the group. Then you can add them to that group. And you can even tag them on that video, but when you tag them to that video, if there are no comments on it, why tag them, right? You've already sent it to them. So yeah, that would be super helpful if this week everybody is going through and encouraging some comments on there. Lori, are you trying to put your hand up?
No, I was itching it with the lid of my pen.
Okay. And I just want to put a plug in here, just the way Matt Morris said. I can't remember, I didn't write it down, I don't think, but he was talking about investing in his personal growth, and that the more you put into your brain, the more you something. Anyway, he was just saying how that's why he reads so many books and we attend seminars and everything. And I just want to put in a plug for two things. The Juice Plus Pajama Regional is coming up on August 6th and 7th. And it's even better if you have somebody in your area where you can meet together for that. Then I think that would be awesome. Let me tell you the times. It's going to start at 6 p.m. Central on Friday the 6th. They always have like a personal growth and development speaker that night. I have had friends come in just for that, and they're always impressed. Whoever the speaker is Friday night has always been absolutely fantastic. So if you're talking with somebody and just saying, hey, this is a great way, and if they enjoy it, say if you enjoyed that, maybe you'd want to see what our community's up to. You're welcome, to come back tomorrow, and that we could do this together. And then it's going to kick off at 9 a.m. Central on Saturday, the 7th. Only the host needs to register. I will post all of this information again. And then along with that is also the conference, which, oh, thank you. Monica says, empty your wallet into your mind and your mind will fill your wallet. Ooh, that's really good. I need to write that down. The other thing, the other events coming up then, of course, are the conference. And for our team, I encourage you, if you want to go to St. Louis, go to St. Louis, but otherwise I've rented a home. It's a very large home and it's just 35 minutes north of the Kansas City airport. So it's easy to fly into, or those of you coming from other areas in Nebraska and Kansas and Missouri, it's drivable. I am going to start putting a sign up for that. Probably next week, I'll be ready to do that. So I think it sleeps 23 people. If you want one of the beds in the house, we can have as many people as we want join us during the day. But if you want a bed in the house, then you will need to secure that by paying for that. Bobby? You're muted.
I want to go.
Good.
Let me know. I'll be there.
I want you to go. Talk is cheap. Money secures a spot.
I'm ready.
And I am, it's already been enough coordinating on my part that I'm just going to be kind of a hard nose on this, that if something were to happen and you can't come and you filled your, I'm not going to go find your spot. Okay. So if you pay your money, it's if something happens, you're paying that money no matter what, or you're going to get somebody to fill your spot and pay you. Fair enough? Thanks. And then the other thing happening in, so that is going to be in October. And then the first weekend in November is the Pageant Boot Camp in Georgia. And if you want to just boom, 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 that means you could have training in August. You guys, that Pajama Regional, you would not believe the lineup. It is so amazing. And that Pageant Boot Camp, I need some serious prayer for that. And I'm not just saying that as a joke. Like I want to back out because they're all PMD pluses, plus Rachel Smart, who just did she's an EMD, and me. What the heck? Why am I on there?
Because you're an amazing freaking trainer. And everybody
Yeah.
knows that. Your title means nothing. Your title is nothing. Okay, can I get an amen on this, people?
Amen. Amen.
Man,
No,
Amen.
I'm not saying this for, I appreciate that, but seriously, I don't belong on that flyer.
Yes,
And
you do.
Yes, you do.
I'm shaking
Quit
him up.
telling yourself that story.
Okay.
That is
That's
stinking thinking. Get out of it.
It's true. I have to work on my mindset, but every time I look at that flyer or they talk in the group and then I'm watching, it's, yeah, even my heart rate right now. So, and Jay Martin is going to be there. It just feels like
Awesome. So you get to
Awesome.
show them how amazing you are.
Okay.
You're in the
Yeah.
right room. You're in the
You
right room.
are.
You are.
And this is all for a reason. This is all for a reason.
There's your big dream, your big step.
Yep.
Show
Yep.
all the rest of us.
And Ron always said you should be on the main stage
I
anyway. So
know.
this is your step towards that.
This is Ron's fault because he told me that on those walks. He's like, I see you as a trainer. And then they called me out of the blue. Is that not, come on, that is like crazy. So anyway, I want to do a real bang up job and I have no idea what I'm even going to train on. Danielle, first on the flyer, next on the boat. You just went on the boat, Danielle. You go, girl. So, okay, I am working on changing my mindset on that, but I'm just being transparent here. I wouldn't say this with that other group, but wow. Yeah, so I'm just saying there is some amazing training. And if you're feeling like this is your time and you're going to fire up and you want to have these big dreams, we're going to simplify this. We're going to just follow the system. Things are more simple than ever. We're just going to do it. We're going to have systems in place, but you've got to have your desire. And then you gotta, what was the thing again? You gotta empty your wallet into your mind and your mind is going to fill your wallet. So put yourself out there. I remember Cheryl Boudreau telling me, she'd have somebody take out a loan to go to a conference because she felt like those are the places that it's those times that people make the big decisions that are life changing, whether that is changing their life, that somebody's, even if it's going to be that they want to make $500 a month or $1,500 a month, they don't have, doesn't mean you have to become a national marketing director, but that changes families' lives. That gives families freedom. That gives families choices. It does a lot. So I can't encourage you enough. Go to at least one of these, but better two. If you really want to be on fire, go to all three. You are going to be sitting pretty by the end of the year. That would be August, October, and November. Boom, boom, boom. And if you don't want to fly right into Georgia, if you want to come to my house, I can figure out how many people. I still have my daughter's family living here, but if you want to share a bed, I've got a queen bed down. I still would have 2 queen beds, and then we could drive down. If you want to fly into Charlotte and do that kind of thing, we could have a little fun on either side of it. We can make it whatever we want to. It's about those experiences. So that's what I want to say. Come back into having these experiences. And Dawn Marie, we live in a really fun area. It's a fun area to visit, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we could have some good times here. Okay, anybody else? Can we go back to the Matt Morris thing? But I just wanted to get all those announcements in. Go ahead, Dawn Marie.
I wanted to say something about your unnecessary nervousness. I just wanted to say that the fact that Susie is nervous and tentative about something, and we all know how incredible and amazing Susie is, should tell us that, you know what, if you're nervous or uncomfortable about something, we can do it anyway, because it's not just us, it's even the people we look up to sometimes feel that way. So I think that while I agree it's unnecessary, and I agree with everything Jake said, I think that even Susie being a little nervous about something in this business is actually encouraging for me.
Okay, well, thank you. I'm glad you appreciate all my shakes.
Well, you know what though, because we may from our side say, oh, Susie's got it in the bag. Susie knows what she's doing. Susie, everything's smooth. But then when Susie says, guess what? Sometimes I don't feel that way. It makes it feel like, okay, or makes me feel like, okay, Susie's human. Susie's one of us. Even though we know that sometimes it's good to see people on the same, feeling the same things we sometimes feel, even though we think that they're not in the same place as us. I may not be choosing the right words, but I hope you get what I'm saying.
It's good for me to hear a different perspective, because I guess I only see myself as one of you all. So it's like, that's very sweet to hear that. Thank you.
There was something you wanted me to share, and I do not remember what it was. Do you remember what it was? You said just share it with the Monday Zoom group.
Oh, yeah. What did you send me a Voxer?
I do not recall.
While you girls are thinking of that,
I know what it is. It was your interaction for your truckers. You got that huge order. Go ahead and share that here.
So I had a couple. He's a trucker. She goes on the road with him, and they decided to order Juice Plus. They got the gummies for adult gummies, and they got the shakes, and they're leaving town. They said they're leaving town at the end of this week. And I placed their order on Friday, and I called Juice Plus on Friday, and I explained the situation, and I said, is there a way to get an idea of when they'll get their order based on where they live and when it will ship? And I spoke with someone at Juice Plus, and she said, you know what, for these people, for these new customers, this one time, I will make sure their order gets out Monday. I will send it 2-day shipping with no additional charge to them, so they will have their Juice Plus to go on the road. And this is the first interaction I've had with Juice Plus in a long time, because I haven't really been active. So that was like my first customer service experience. It was wonderful. I called the customers. They were blown away. They were so thankful. And that was just one example of how great this company is, that this brand new customer, no history with these people, and the company looked out for them.
Isn't that amazing?
Awesome. That is awesome.
I love that. I love that.
Hey, Susie, before we go on, Monica has a new partner on the line. She's got two of them. One of them needs to get going. So if we could let her introduce real quick, please.
Oh, yes.
Good morning, girls. I've missed you all. I didn't get to see you last week. Anyways, hi. I have two partners on here, Danielle as well as Jamie. My sister-in-law is Jamie, and she is a meeting fool, and she's going to have to be going into a meeting very soon. But I'm very appreciative that Jamie was able to join and jump in. I introduced Juice Plus to her last year, and she finally got on our boat. So I'm excited about
Yay. That. Jamie, do you want to put
Welcome,
your video
Jamie.
on just so we have a little eye contact with you?
Oh, there she is. Hi, Jamie.
Hey, round of applause for Jamie. Welcome, welcome.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm a little nervous. Full transparency, I've got a lot going on at the moment. I'm like interviewing for a different job, and I have my current job, and then I'm taking this on. So Monica's letting me ease into this slowly, but there are at least some weeks where I might not be able to join every weekend, but I'm getting, thank you for welcoming me, and I'm excited to start another journey, and hopefully in a few weeks I'll have more time to be able to dedicate more time to putting my energies into this as well.
I think she had 7 or 8 interviews last week.
Seven.
On this
with
one job.
Company. Yeah.
Mhm.
So they're putting you through the ringer these days, but hopefully
Yeah.
it'll pay off.
They are grilling you. They are grilling you. Well, we won't grill you, but we are here to support you. And just know too, this is what's cool about this business is you can do it in little segments, 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there. You know, you can be in line for a coffee or whatever. And do you have family? Tell us a little bit about you, Jamie.
Well, Monica's my sister-in-law. Monica and I have known each other since high school, which is really exciting. I don't have any kids, and I don't have like a partner. I'm kind of an independent working horse. So I put my energy into kind of doing that. And it provides me a whole bunch of fulfillment. So.
Very
nice.
cool.
Sorry. Yeah.
Very cool. Well, you'll love, as you plug into this, you'll get a lot of personal growth too, which it helps you in the business world as well. So very
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And then I have my other partner, Danielle. She was actually at our partner potluck in June, was that? She was finally able to get herself on it. She's experimenting a lot with the omegas, which makes me happy. We know that. I mean, if Danielle would like to jump in, you don't have to show your face if you're still in bed, but speak of what's going on with you, because it's pretty exciting.
Well, yeah,
yay.
in my spot, in my bed. It is made today. It is made today. I'm Danielle. Monica and I joke about me being in bed, but Juice Plus is actually what brought Monica and I back together, because she checked in with me one day and realized where my life is at with my health now and wanted to share this product with me. And I've only been doing my capsules for almost a month now, but the capsules are going really well. And I do use the omegas a lot, like considering getting a second subscription of them so I can use them on like everything. But the biggest thing, I'll show you guys what I'm using. So for those of you that don't know me, I have rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, and fibromyalgia. And I was having a good day the other day and thought, oh, well, I'm going to jump on the trampoline with my 6-year-old. And I got as far as putting my foot up on the edge of the trampoline, and my shoe slipped off and scraped my shin on the way down. And I thought it was just a little tiny scrape, came in, cleaned it up. Well, the next day there was pus in it already. So I was like, So I put omegas on it, and I'll flip my camera if I can. So there's my, let's see if I can get it in the light better.
The redness is much better. There's not a lot of redness in there today.
Monica, do you see how much better it looks after just,
Yes. Yes.
and I literally during the, while I was listening to everybody was, I can't flip my camera.
Those are lovely legs. You can
There
just
we go. Oh no, those are horrible. Actually, I'll show you. So this was the other idea that we had for my omegas. So my lupus has changed the way that my skin is. So even shaving gives me ingrown hairs, and then the fibromyalgia being a nerve, as soon as those hairs start to ingrow, they itch. Well, if I scratch them, they scab. And they just are horrible. So this is what really, I wasn't even going to start the capsules. I just wanted the omegas because I saw what the omegas had done for reverse scars. And then I started taking the capsules, and I'm already noticing a few differences. I'm super excited about that. I have been able to get out of bed more days than not lately. I noticed that I'm not craving as much sugar already, which is huge for me. What else? What am I missing, Monica?
You're eating actual real food.
Sometimes. That's
But you're eating. It was just a bunch of junk food and a lot of candy, and now there's better choices in what you're actually eating, even if it's very little still.
Yes. Yeah. But
Danielle
better choices
doesn't have
for sure.
Danielle doesn't have a desire to eat food.
Correct. Yes. I don't know. It's just a mixture. I've tried to stop smoking my weed again to see if maybe the capsules are helping enough with, maybe a little bit of the inflammation and stuff. And then it went back to not able to eat again. So I don't know. But at least I know that I'm getting my fruits, my veggies, and my berries for the day.
That's fantastic. And the longer you're on Juice Plus, the more you will realize, changes. And you hear, even if Danielle picks one thing and goes into our Ignite Your Health group, yours might be, hey, I have rheumatoid arthritis and lupus and, all of these things. I've only taken these capsules for a month, but I've noticed improvement and, that I used to not be able to get out of bed very much. I'm getting out of bed more. You pick just one thing like that and share it, because there are other people that have your story that need to hear that, Danielle. And that's going to be really, really powerful. So, but welcome, round of applause for Danielle jumping on board. So glad to have you on board. Welcome to our Juice Plus family. We are at the top of the hour, so I'm going to have you guys go. Those of you who want to keep up with the group energy, let's just stay on. We'll give everybody else 30 seconds here to pop off, but we'll go ahead and do our huddle. And if you go onto Facebook, Team Ignite, you're going to see day 3's challenge. And then we can, so anybody that needs to leave can leave, and otherwise, does everybody see that, or I can pull it up if you need to see it?